Coming up, I want to go through 11 crazy Jalen Hurts Super Bowl and playoff stats that are going to blow your mind. But let's set the table with this. How about the resume that Jalen Hurts is putting together, and he's only 26 years old? He's continued to get better and better, make improvements where he's needed to after the collapse last year in which Philadelphia lost 6 of their final 7 and Hurts didn't play well. He comes back the following year, makes the necessary adjustments and improvements early in the year when he was turning the football over at an alarming rate. He corrected that after the bye week, played really clean football, and in the playoffs, he only threw 1 interception. He had 1 turnover, and as the playoffs progressed, he got better and better and better and better in those 4 games. And there's a theme with Jalen Hurts where he plays his best football in the biggest of games. And this season in particular, he saved his 2 best performances in the 2 biggest games. In the NFC Championship game against Washington, he accounted for 4 total touchdowns. He was nearly flawless. And then in Super Bowl 59 on Sunday, he was dealing, he was balling, and how about that 46-yard dime that he threw to Devontae Smith, which now is the legacy Jalen Hurts play. Tom Brady even said it during the broadcast, the throw of his life. As for that Hurts resume, he's now been to 2 Super Bowl appearances, both of them coming in the last 3 years. He has 1 Super Bowl championship, more than Josh Allen, more than Lamar Jackson, more than Joe Burrow. He has 1 Super Bowl MVP. He is 46-20 in the regular season. He's 6-3 in the playoffs, and he has now outplayed Patrick Mahomes in both Super Bowls that they have matched up head-to-head. You don't believe me? Take a look at the numbers. Jalen Hurts' completion percentage combined in Super Bowl 57 and Super Bowl 59, 73.3%. Mahomes, 71.2. Passing yards, Jalen Hurts, 525. Patrick Mahomes, 439. Yards per attempt, Hurts, 8.8. Mahomes, 7.4. Total touchdowns to turnovers, Hurts, 7-2. Mahomes, 6-3. And rushing yards, not even close. 142 for Hurts, 69 for Mahomes. And these numbers here, 10 different sequences of data sets, if you will, are going to blow your mind. Yahoo put this article out. After completing 71.3% of his passes in Super Bowl 57 and 77.3% in Super Bowl 59, Hurts is now the most accurate passer in Super Bowl history with a 73.3% completion percentage, minimum 50 attempts. Troy Aikman is second at 70%. Hurts also joined Aikman, Tom Brady, and Patrick Mahomes as the 4th quarterback in history to complete 70% of his passes in more than 1 Super Bowl. His 77.3% accuracy Sunday, 4th highest in Super Bowl history, behind Phil Simms, Drew Brees, and Patrick Mahomes. Hurts also now, this is number 2, has a career Super Bowl passer rating of 109.4, which is 4th highest in NFL history behind 3 Hall of Famers, Joe Montana, Terry Bradshaw, and Troy Aikman. He's the 7th quarterback to have a passer rating of 100 or higher in multiple Super Bowls, but only the 4th to have a 100 passer rating in his first 2, alongside Terry Bradshaw, Joe Montana, and Russell Wilson. He has 6 career postseason games with the passer rating of at least 100. Only Patrick Mahomes with 7 had more before his 27th birthday. Only Russell Wilson, 4, had more than 3. Regardless of age, only 8 quarterbacks have more playoff games with a passer rating of 100 or higher. Brady, Mahomes, Joe Montana, Aaron Rodgers, Russell Wilson, Brett Favre, Troy Aikman, and Drew Brees. Number 3, Hurts now has 6 career postseason wins, and only Ben Roethlisberger and Patrick Mahomes won more playoff games before their 27th birthday. Both won 8. Tom Brady and Russell Wilson also won 6. Every other quarterback in Eagles history combined won 4 playoff games before their 27th birthday, all Donovan McNabb. Number 4, Hurts completed 75% of his passes against the Rams, 71.4% against the Commanders, 77.3% against the Chiefs. Only quarterbacks with longer postseason streaks completing 70% of their passes. Matt Ryan, 5 games, Warren Moon, 4, Joe Montana, 4. Hurts completed 74.3% of his passes during that 3-game span, and only 6 quarterbacks have had a higher completion percentage over any 3-game postseason span. Joe Montana, Kurt Warner, Troy Aikman, Jared Goff, Patrick Mahomes, and Nick Foles. Hurts threw just 26 incomplete passes in the Eagles' 4 postseason wins this year. He was 61 of 91 for 71.4%. 5th highest in a single postseason by a Super Bowl champion, but 2nd highest in Eagles history behind Foles in 2017. Hurts has completed 71.3% of his passes in 6 postseason games going back to the Super Bowl a couple of years ago. Only quarterbacks who have had more accurate 6-game postseason spans: Aikman, Montana, Mahomes. Number 5. At 26 years old and 186 days, Hurts became the 6th youngest quarterback to win Super Bowl MVP. The youngest was Mahomes at 24 when the Chiefs beat the Niners in 2019. Also younger, Tom Brady, Troy Aikman, Joe Namath, and Joe Montana. Number 6. With 70 rushing yards and a 4.5 yards per carry average in his first Super Bowl and 72 yards and 6.5 yards per carry on Sunday, Hurts became the first player in Super Bowl history with multiple games with 70 rushing yards and a 4.5 average or higher. Only 7 other backs have had 70 rushing yards in more than one game. Hurts is the first since Joseph Adai of the Colts against the Bears in 2006 and Saints in 2009. Hurts' career Super Bowl rushing average of 5.5 yards per carry, 2nd highest all time behind Patrick Mahomes. Number 7. Hurts' 4 career Super Bowl rushing touchdowns, tied for the 2nd most in Super Bowl history, behind only Emmitt Smith with 5. John Elway, Franco Harris, Thurman Thomas each had 4. Hurts' 10 career postseason rushing touchdowns, 9th most in NFL history, and most among active players. He's now the only player in history with 10 passing touchdowns and 10 rushing touchdowns in the postseason. Number 8. Hurts now has 5 career postseason games where he's completed at least 70% of his passes. Only 5 quarterbacks in history have had more. Mahomes 9, Aikman 7, Breeze 7, Brady 7, Allen 7. That's Josh Allen. Hurts' career postseason completion percentage of 66.8%, 6th highest in NFL history. Number 9. Hurts now owns 6 of the 15 highest passer ratings in Eagles playoff history. Of the 9 others, Nick Foles, Donovan McNabb have 3 apiece, and Ron Jaworski, Rodney Peete, and Tommy Thompson 1 each. Rodney Peete still holds the franchise record for highest passer rating in a postseason game, 143.3, in the Eagles' 58-37 win over the Lions at the Vet in the 1995 wildcard game. Number 10. Hurts threw only 26 incomplete passes in the postseason, 6.5 per game. That's the 3rd fewest incomplete passes per game by a Super Bowl champion quarterback. Bob Greasy threw 11 for the Dolphins in 1973. Joe Montana threw 18 in 3 games for the 49ers in 1989. Number 11. Even with his interception Sunday, Hurts has just 3 career interceptions in 256 career postseason passing attempts. His average of 1 pick every 85.3 attempts, 10th highest in NFL history, minimum of 100 postseason passing attempts. It's crazy stuff right there. Jalen Hurts, elite. Jalen Hurts, when he has to play his best football and the lights are the brightest, he comes through. It's a special quarterback right there. And one thing stands out to me as I was standing to Jalen Hurts' right during his Thursday press conference, his final one prior to Super Bowl 59 last week in New Orleans. He was asked basically what he wants his legacy to be, what matters the most to him. All he said, winning. Jalen Hurts wins a lot. Be sure to give me a follow on X and Instagram at Chase_Senior. I put up so much Eagles content on my social media pages. Don't forget to hit that sub button. Thanks so much for watching the show. And we'll be doing shows from Philadelphia starting Thursday in the lead up to the parade, and then Friday for the parade.